one.
Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, November 19th at 5:15 p.m., and this is a meeting of the Law and Ordinance Committee. My name is John Schweizer. To my left is Mr. Bobby Phillips, and we are here to discuss an agreement with our law director or his organization.
This would be the every 4-year renewal of the municipal prosecution agreement that we've had for a long-standing agreement with whoever the elected law director is. Last time council approved a contract was late 2014, I believe, to start in 15, or maybe it was 15 for 16. And so we are recommending that you authorize, or you recommend to council the authorization of a renewal agreement. Two things that would change in the contract. Number one, the cost reflected is 5% increase from 4 years ago. That equates to approximately 1.7 or 1.25, and I say approximately because it's not compounding, but on average it's 1.25% increase for the last 4 years, or each of the last 4 years. And I asked that there be a clause in the contract that clarifies the reopener, the renegotiation, because I think we all know that there's been some discussion at the county level as to which direction they may want to pursue as far as township and non-city related prosecutions. As of now, there's been no change to that. The responsibility would stay with the law director, but in the event that any of those responsibilities change, more or less, this just clarifies that then we would reopen the contract and talk about what an appropriate number would be under those circumstances. Those are the only two things that are changing.
Is that 5% for each year or total for the 4 years?
That is just a one-time update. That's not increasing each year. That's just a 5% from 2020, or from 2016 to 2020 numbers, one time only.
Okay. And there was a period of time where we didn't have increases for 8 years, or it seems like they went flat for.
That was another.
That is the reimbursement from the that we get from the public defender, but I believe also we had a few years in the county contract where they reimburse us for their share, but not in this contract.
Okay. Mr. Phillips?
The proposed figure includes funds necessary for the law director's expenses. That is included in the 5%?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, it covers certain expenses. There's certain other things such as periodicals, filing fees, and things like that. That's typically billed on a monthly basis. That's included in the budget.
Okay, got it. There was just, I didn't know where that was going because there was no figure attached to that, you know, as an additional optional extra expense above the 5% are included.
No, the expenses would be included in that. And in all actuality, that's just for secretarial service, because I don't have any staff like other than assigned directly to the prosecutor's office, but for like the civil stuff presenting here, there's no secretarial staff, so the firm provides that.
And off of the statement that Mr. Titterington indicated the opener in case of, do you have any idea what the status is? I attended one commissioners meeting. I believe you were there also, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it was their last meeting where they were coming back for legislation from the state.
Well, there was a request sent to our state representative, but there's certainly been some communications at the state level indicating that, but there certainly hasn't been anything introduced, and I would certainly want to be part of any discussion in this.
Sure, okay. I just did not know where that was recently, so.
Not even aware that they have a sponsor for state legislation yet.
Got it. thank you. That's all I have at this time.
Anybody else in the audience? Any questions or comments? Mr. Phillips?
I think that's an appropriate item and cost figure for our law director's services, so I
Sure.
support it.
And this isn't emergency? Okay. Let's move forward. Anything else to come before the Law and Ordinance Committee?
No, sir.
All right, we're done.